Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are choosing my TBR for the month of May. This is so exciting. Now hopefully it's going to be a good month because it's my boyfriend and I's anniversary. So manifesting a good TBR. Now I still have 4 books on my TBR this month. And I'm still not 100% sure if I'm going to carry them over or not. Usually, when I don't finish my monthly TBR, I carry the books over into the next month until I finally finish them. So I don't know if I'm going to do this time. But the books I did not complete is Nocticadia by Carrie Lake, Ruin and Rising by Lee Bardugo, Alchemize by Sinlin Yu, and Bare Our Bones and the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. Not too bad, not too bad. I have my trusty TBR jar here, and we're gonna choose 5 books, as per usual. A blue book. Okay, a blue book. Let me look at my TBR cart. Okay, I have the perfect one. And Now Back to You by B.K. Morrison. It's perfect. It's literally all blue. 2 competing meteorologists are forced to find common ground in this opposites attract when Harry met Sally inspired romance. Jackson Clark and Delilah Stewart have had their fair share of run-ins over the years, often ending in disaster. While Jackson thrives on routine and organization from the comfort of his radio booth, Delilah loves the spontaneity and adventure out in the field. When they're partnered against their will to cover a historic snowstorm, they find themselves scrambling to figure out how to work together. Eager to be taken seriously as a journalist, Delilah offers Jackson a deal. If he can help her ace this assignment, she'll help him rediscover his long-lost fun side. With an unexplored chemistry burning beneath their clashes, the unlikely partnership quickly tumbles into an easy and surprising friendship. But when other feelings start to enter the equation, can Jackson and Delilah withstand the storm? Or does what happens in the mountains stay in the mountains? Okay. Yes. So it's like forced proximity. I was going to say enemies to lovers, but it's not really enemies to lovers. It's not even rivals to lovers or anything. It's kind of just like opposites attract, so they're like constantly butting heads. That's exciting. You don't want to toast that first? You don't want to toast that first? Warm it up? No? Okay. Anyways, first book down. I'm very excited about this. Okay, next. Newest addition to TBR. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so I just got some books not too long ago. Oh, if only it was this weekend, because I literally am going to the bookstore this weekend. I literally went 2 weeks ago. Okay, so I've accumulated the books that I got at the same bookstore trip, and there's 4 here. So I'm going to show you guys, but I think I've already made my decision. So, The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. This is a special edition version. Then there's Scandalized by Lauren Billings. Hello? That looked like a chocolate Pop-Tart. Oh, is that a granola bar? Okay. This is a good option, and I almost did start this book, so I don't know. Then there's Little Liar by Lee Rivers. This is the second book in the Web of Silence duet, and it is a good contender because I did read Little Stranger. And then there's Storm of Secrets and Sorrow by Melissa K. Rorick. It's the second book in the Legacy series. You did that so weird. I think I might go with this one. And you're probably like, this is the biggest out of all of those options. I don't really care because I've been wanting to read this book since I read Reign of Shadows and Endings. And so I feel like this is the perfect time. It's a dark romantasy, and I'm so excited to dive back into this world. But like, this is also a good option. But I want to read the Edge of Darkness trilogy first, and then the other two, I don't know, not vibing it. So I think we're gonna go with this one. Okay, I'm gonna read the back, but just know, like, if you didn't read the first book, maybe don't listen to what I'm about to say because it might spoil things for the first book. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. In a realm full of secrets, she's collecting them all, a choice to make. Tessaline's fate has always been out of her hands. Still bonded to the air of endings, she now finds herself with more control than ever before. Everyone wants something from her, and she has to choose a side. But in a realm full of villains, she trusts no one, and she has secrets of her own to keep, a plan to salvage. Control and knowledge have always been Theon St. Okra's greatest weapons, but both have slipped through his fingers. Given a task by the rulers of the realm, he's racing against the clock to get his plans back on track. But as myths become reality, he finds himself fighting more than time in an effort to keep what's his or lose it all to fury, a fate to alter. Axel St. Okra's has never minded rubbing shoulders with the depraved rather than the elite. It's easier to hide his shame among the corrupt, but with each passing day he risks triggering a curse and endangering those he cares for most. He'll sacrifice anything to keep them safe, even if that means giving up everything he is. Who will be left standing when chaos comes to reign? What? That's so exciting, actually. So, like, I think this is where the love triangle comes into play because I know in the first one, we're like, Tessalin is going to be with Theon, right? We think that Tessalin is going to end up with Theon, but then I have found out that it turns into a love triangle, and then so now I don't know who she ends up with, and that kind of is the only reason why I hate love triangles because I just want to know who she ends up with. So we'll see how this goes. But yes, I'm excited because this is also on Kindle Unlimited. I'm choking on an almond. Okay, third book. What is with all these colors? A pink book. A pink book. Do we see a pink book anywhere? I'm trying to go a little bit more on the like just romance side because I've been having so much fantasy. What? Can I help you? Like, why are you just shaking your head at me? Bruh. Bruh. Okay. Pink. Pink, pink, pink. Pink Pony Club. Ooh. I have a book. I have a book. Wait. Wait. Does this count? Babe. Would you count this as pink?
No.
God damn it. What about this? Love? Pink? No. It's like impossible. Ow, I hurt myself.
There's like by December,
Yeah.
and then there's also
Yeah. Yeah, I've already read that.
okay. There's this one.
I've already read that. Thanks. Oh my god. Okay, so pink. Pink book. This was actually harder than I thought because most of the books that are pink I've already read or they're like in the middle of a series. So I have three options here. I have Happy Place by Emily Henry. That could be a good option. We have Somewhere in the City by Alex Astor and Most Eligible by Isabel Engel. I don't know. Because, like, these two, I feel like are more summery type reads, which I mean, like, it's been really hot, so it feels like summer, but it's not quite there. I'm gonna read what these are about and then I'll choose. Okay, so all three of these are second chance romances, which is actually hilarious. Like, what do you mean they're all second chance romances? So now it just depends on, like, which way do I want the second chance romance to be done? So which one do we want to go with? I think I'm gonna eeny meeny miny mo. Like, let's do that. Okay, a second. Eeny meeny miny mo, catch up by the toe. If you don't let it go, eeny meeny miny mo. Okay, now I don't know the words to that. I don't know. So most eligible it is. I had a hard time choosing. Clearly. Okay, what are we at? 3. So 4. If it's another color, I swear. Fantasy. I love how I say I don't want any fantasies, and it still somehow puts a fantasy on my TBR. Okay, what's a fantasy I want to get into right now? I know. Oh wait, I didn't even read what Most Eligible was about. Okay. She's undercover. He's unforgettable. Is this for real? Georgia Rose is not going on the hit reality dating show Love Shack to find love. She's there to write a killer expose on the producers, which will guarantee the journalism job of her dreams. But when Georgia's unforgettable one-night stand from the year before, country singer Rhett Auburn steps into the Malibu mansion as the season's new host, all her carefully crafted plans unravel. Caught up in the drama of backstabbing contestants, producer blackmail, and death-defying dates, Georgia must keep her identity and history with Rhett a secret. Despite the lies between them, it isn't long before Georgia and Rhett's heated behind-the-scenes moments start to feel more genuine than the romance Georgia's faking for the cameras. But with her assignment unfinished and the executive producer on her tail, a second chance with Rhett could be her riskiest move of all. So yeah, second chance. And I feel like it's gonna feel a little bit like she's on like Perfect Match or like Love Island or something like that. So I mean, so it kind of feels like summer a little bit still. But dipping our toes into it a little bit. For this fantasy prompt, I chose Ruthless Fae by the Twisted Sisters. It's the second book in the Zodiac Academy series. I read Zodiac Academy The Awakening this month, April. So I feel like it's just perfect to keep going on this train. I really I did enjoy The Awakening, so I'm excited to get into this. And yeah, I feel like it's perfect, like, since they're forcing me to put a fantasy on here. I'm going to do this. Okay. Again, this is a second book, so I'm going to read the back, but it might spoil the plot of the first one. Okay? So just a warning. Okay. They tried to break us. They almost did, but we're not going anywhere. The celestial heirs think the stars are on their side, but they don't know what's coming. We have to be smart. Fighting them one-on-one isn't an option, so we need to be cunning. Remaining under the radar won't be easy, but if we pull it off, they'll never suspect our involvement when their lives start falling apart. Besides, they're already taking us to the brink of hell. What more can they really do? I'm so excited. I feel like there's going to be female rage happening because in the first book, the Vega twins, which is our main female characters, went through hell in the first book. And so I'm excited to see what happens in this book with the redemption. Last but not least, guys. Okay, I can do this. A thriller. A thriller. Okay. Let me go. Actually, I think I might buy a book for this prompt because I have been wanting to read a Frida McFadden book for a little while now. I've only read The Inmate and The Crash by her, and I did enjoy them both. So I've been thinking about getting like The Housemaid or something like that, some sort of Frida McFadden book, and I am going this weekend to the bookstore, so I feel like we're gonna do that. So, which Frida McFadden book do I want? Let me look on my Goodreads. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna do The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I don't know. I was gonna say like The Housemaid, but like that seems a little basic of me. So we're gonna do The Tenant, and I'm gonna read what it says. So, there is no place like home. Blake Porter is riding high until he's not. Fired abruptly from his job as a VP of marketing and unable to make the mortgage payments on the new brownstone that he shares with his fiancée, he's desperate to make ends meet. Enter Whitney, beautiful, charming, down to earth, and looking for a room to rent. She's exactly what Blake's looking for. Or is she? Because something isn't quite right. The neighbors start treating Blake differently. The smell of decay permeates his home, no matter how hard he scrubs. Strange noises jar him awake in the middle of the night, and soon Blake fears someone knows his darkest secrets. Danger lives right at home, and by the time Blake realizes it, it'll be far too late. The trap is already set. So, I think we're gonna do this one. Interesting. So this weekend when I go to the bookstore, I'm gonna get it. And yeah, not that I really need it. It's on Kindle Unlimited, but I need it as a trophy. Obviously. Obviously, who do you think I am? These are all the books that I'm planning on reading this month, plus The Tenant. So not too bad. I did want a more romance focused TBR this month, but I'm honestly not mad that I have a thriller, and I'm not mad about the fantasy picks that I did pick because they're books that I really want to get to. They're not like new fantasy series or anything like that, so I'm not too mad about it. But yeah, those are all the books, and hopefully I actually get to them this month. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.